In villages all over the country, Afghans live in much the same way they have for centuries. There are no gas or electricity lines. People still collect the wood they burn to stay warm in winter. That's how 18-year-old Nasir Ahmad died. His father said he walked to a nearby forest to gather brush for a fire to keep the family warm through the night, but he never came back.
We thought that he went to his sister's house on the other side of the woods. Phone networks do not work at night, so we went there the next day. We found his body in the snow.
Nasir's father said his son probably became tired walking in the heavy snow, and with no one to help him, fell asleep and froze to death. Conditions are miserable for people in ADRASKAN district. One man in this village said, "Here in the forgotten corners of Afghanistan, people are only living, waiting to die." Snowfall was so heavy this year, the roof of Ma Jan's mud house collapsed in the middle of the night. Her family was sleeping when it happened.
I ran out of the room. My husband was screaming for help, but I was only able to pull my children out of the ruins. My husband was trapped and died under the rubble. When the neighbors came, they removed his body and buried him.
Even before the storm, she did not have much. Now a widow, sitting outside her broken home, she seems completely lost. Though tragic, local officials say the overall death toll in this area has been low, but village elders say they are in serious need of help. Weather-related illnesses and injuries have affected nearly every one of the 700 homes in this community. People we met said that the winters in this part of the country have been getting increasingly more and more extreme, that the cold is more severe than they've ever experienced in the past, and they're expecting 2 more months of snowfall, and they're already worried about the next disaster, when the snow eventually melts and floods their homes. Even if people wanted to leave their ancestral lands, they say they have nowhere else to go. If they don't get help soon, elders here worry out-of-work young men could join armed groups like the Taliban, more as a matter of survival than ideology.
These people are jobless and they do not have anything to eat. If these men commit robberies or join insurgents, it is their right.
The biggest complaint we heard was that people here need a medical clinic. The nearest one is in district headquarters on the other side of snow-covered hills. One woman said people have no choice but to walk while they still can, before the next storm. It seems desperate, but they may be the lucky ones. Deeper in the mountains, where the roads are still covered in snow, district officials say many villages remain inaccessible, and the true scale of human suffering still out of sight. Zein Basravi, ADRASKAN district, Herat province, Afghanistan.